Ah, good morning. It's Tuesday. Welcome to Heart to Heart with me, Denise Nicholson, and my co-host should be popping on any minute now. Her name is Ene Obi. She's in the house. Let's get her in here. Let's wave. Come on in, girl. We are ready for you. Here she is. Accepted. Good morning, NA. It's Tuesday. How are you, my darling? She's ready to party. NA came in popping, okay? You are ready.
I love Tuesday afternoons at 4, Denise. I love our time together.
I love our time together too. And today we have a guest.
I
Yes.
know. Hello,
Um,
MC Akinola. Hello, thank you for joining.
yes. NA.
Mm?
It's the last Tuesday in the month.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So we're in the second month of the first quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and the time is running off like there is no tomorrow.
Hello, Miss
Now,
Amina. Hello, Amina Inspires. Hello, my darling girl. Thank you for joining. Great to see you
mhm,
here.
the next time we meet, it'll be a new month, the third month in the first quarter. So,
Already. It feels like we
mhm,
only just stopped saying, in fact, we feel like we're still saying Happy New Year.
yeah,
Right?
well,
Right?
shame
Are
on
we
me for
already?
still
Are
doing
we
it.
already?
No, I've done that this month. I have done
But,
it more than once
but
this
yeah,
month.
but quite rightly, because it feels like we've only been in the month for 2 minutes. And already next week we're going to be in March, right?
Yes.
Hi,
Next
Amina.
time we
Hello,
meet
my
is in
darling
March.
girl.
Wow. So that would be the end of our topic. The entire month we have been talking about love. And you know what? What better topic to talk about than love? Everything I do, I try to make sure that my intent is is coming straight from, my heart, from love. Even the show, Heart to Heart, it derives from
I'm
love.
pumping my heart. I'm pumping
Oh,
my
isn't that
heart.
wonderful? Mm-mm-mm.
Amina, we're still talking about love today. The entire month of February,
Mm-hmm.
where love is what we're talking about. The first week we talked about, I think it was self-love. Denise, help me out
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah.
The second week we talked about was it family love, Denise?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, the third week we talked about romantic love.
Ooh, yes.
And then today we're going to bring it all together and talk about community love. And community love includes self,
Mm-hmm.
family, and
Yes.
romance, because that's part of your community. So it
Yes.
all comes together.
Yes. And oh my goodness. We should have covered everyone. And if you didn't feel included in week 1, 2, and 3, this is your week. We are talking about you and all the work that you do and all the love that you pour into your community, all the things. The firefighters,
Yes,
it's
yes,
part of a loving,
yes,
community.
yes.
When I saw a loving community in the heart of COVID, when it just started,
Yeah,
I remember family members couldn't come to the bedside.
yeah.
And as practitioners, we had to go to the bedside and be with the patients, or the
Uh,
nurses would be at the bedside and be with the patients, or try to get the family to call in, or, to use their tablets to communicate, to see the family and say goodbye. So I thought the nurses and us, we were the family at that time, so we were providing the love and the nurturing
yeah,
and all of the spiritual help that we could give, that a
yeah,
family would give at that time. So we
yeah.
were indeed giving community love at
Yeah.
that time.
Amazing. That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you for that, Denise. That's amazing. Hi, Emma. Thank you for joining all the way from Gambia, I
Mhm.
think. Tell me if I'm right. I hope I'm right. Welcome from
Mhm.
the Gambia. Lovely to see you here.
Well, NA, I know the people know us. They know us. You guys, if you don't know me, my name is Dr. Denise Nicholson. I'm the author of Sila, When Mommy Left for Foreign. I'm also the creator of the Write and Incubator Challenge and the CEO of Bold Publishing. But if you don't know me, you know who NA is. NA, tell them who you are, girl.
Denise, I'm sure they know who you are. I'm sure they know who you are, Denise. Come on, girl.
If you don't know, now you know,
Now you
honey.
know. Now you know. Hello, my name is Ene, and I am the author of Your Life is Calling. I help professional women to develop the clarity and the strategy to birth new dreams after a corporate career. I help them to navigate to what I call their next chapter after corporate. Hi,
Yeah.
Emma.
Yes, yes, yes. And today we have a guest speaker, Andrea Mason. And she calls herself the global voice. She is Andrea Mason from AndreaMason.com. She has over 2 decades of experience as a personal development in social work and psychology. She is certified as a global motivational speaker with the Les Brown, like we came from. She is up in here, honey. And she is an entrepreneur, certified professional organizer. Now, we all need an organizer in our lives. And last but not least, Andrea is your personal and accountability coach and popular global voice. Let's welcome her in. Come on in, Andrea. Welcome to Heart to Heart. We are so honored to have you with us this morning. Ah,
Hello, hello, ladies. Can you hear me?
We absolutely can.
Alrighty. I'm kind of learning all the tricks and trades with the technology and adjustments, so I appreciate it. It is an honor, privilege to be here. Thank you so much, ladies, for having me.
It's an
You are
honor to have you
welcome.
here. Thank you for joining.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So, yeah, we have been talking about love this entire month, and we just noted that it is the last Tuesday in February. And so
Yes, yes,
we're going to wrap up the love talk for now, and we're wrapping it up with community love. We talked about
absolutely.
self-love and family love and um, in personal, intimate love, and now we are wrapping it up with community love. What do you say?
Absolutely. On 2/2/22, it's all about you, but it's also about giving back to your community. The support, the environment, the nature and nurturance that you have been surrounded with. If I may, I came from Colombia, South America during the war-torn drug zone of the cartel. And my parents put me up for adoption at 11 months old to the Americas at 11 pounds. And I was surrounded by unconditional love of my parents. There's a saying of it takes a village to raise a community. And that village may be your bloodlines, your environment, your society, your community, and even the individuals right outside your front doorstep. But it's all with the same mission. It's the same purpose, allowing you to thrive and strive and be successful. But it all starts in the home with love, love unconditional. In order to be supportive in the community, one must follow their heart and not the herd nor the hurt. For on the other side is success and happiness. And our community is where we build our foundation. We build a legacy of love. It's the people in our neighborhood, the servicemen and women. Thank you, doctor, for your service in the hospitals and in your community, the abundance of love that you are spreading worldwide. That's what it's about. And love conquers all. We're not here no longer to conquer and divide. We are here to rise and unite. And when we learn from loving ourselves, we pay it forward to loving our community. All it takes is just to be kind. A simple smile, a simple patience, embrace, and just being present in the moment. That's what it's about.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you. You know, love, I heard it all. I heard, so most of all, I heard the community, how people came in and, was really rescued you when your mother, she did what she thought was the best thing to do. And she rescued you.
Yes,
And, you felt amongst people who love you. Love is light. Love
right.
is light.
Yes, and it's as our mentor, Mr. Brown, I like him shared a story. I had the love of two mothers, one that gave me life and one that taught me love. And that's what it's about. We are women must empower one another. And the community has shone the light upon women and shunned it for some time now. And now it is our time to emulate that light into our children, our future, and our community. And when we have a community support, let's think about how we can help one another. As Jim Carrey says, what do they have? What do they need that you can provide?
Yeah.
And when we have the mindset of helping one another as a community and understanding that our differences allow us to be authentic, and when we act with integrity, that is when love emulates and lights the world. Today we are in a two-dimensional world for over 2 years now. And in one light, it has brought the corners of the world as it is on this platform today. But in the other, it dims the light to those who are experiencing suffering, experiencing isolation. And we must check in on our community as a whole to see how we're doing and truly mean it from our hearts. Not to be heard, not to be understood, but to be loved. That someone is there that cares, is willing to share their light with yours. Because all it takes is one little spark to ignite the light within.
Yes. And like we said, we are light. And the more we give our love is the more we are illuminating our community, the more we are brightening our world and making the world a better place for us,
Absolutely.
for our children, for the future, and for the generations to come.
Absolutely. And that's what we have to instill in our young children. That although we are two-dimensional, that there's light within them that we have to ignite as women, as nurturers, as a community, allowing us to face our fears, to face our past, or our past will continue to chase us. I'm reminded of, as I mentioned to Doctor before, there's a beautiful New York Broadway play that was originated in France, Les Miserables. To love another person is to see the face of God. And when you view that mindset with everyone you encounter, that is when you build a community of strength. Over my 2.5+ decades in social work and psychology, I wanted to understand the cultural diversities of individuals, the ethnicities and lifestyles that make us unique and authentic, and what's the thin thread that seams us together. And the psychology of the science behind what we do and what we don't do. But I walked in there with my head held high every single day against what my supervisors wanted. I didn't need a clipboard. I didn't need a prognosis, diagnosis, or suggestion of what was deemed scientific for the individual. I walked in there with a community of the mindset of love. This is someone's family member, uncle, daughter, sister, aunt, who's been at the wrong place at the wrong time, or has just fell short with limited and lacked knowledge. And when we view one another as a piece, as Mr. Brown says, a piece of the masterpiece, that we're all together, that's what community love is about. Separating our differences and judgments and not judging a book by its cover, but understanding that we are all made differently to help one another out.
That's amazing. I haven't said a word. I've just been listening. I've never heard. So I'm aware that that you were in the Les Brown Power Voice group. I don't think you and I have ever met, Andrea. I don't think. And I certainly have never heard your story. So I want to say, first of all, thank you for sharing your story.
You're most welcome.
What struck me in as you shared that story is, I think one of the most powerful ways that we can build love and support and community is by sharing our story.
Yes.
Because when you share your story, people can see themselves in you and in your story.
Right.
Somewhere along the journey, maybe not the exact, obviously, because everybody's story is different, but somewhere along the journey, there are points where we all connect one way or another. They're connection points.
Absolutely.
And the reason why that struck me particularly is because I'm doing an executive certification program. And yesterday was the first day that we all got together. And we didn't know each other before yesterday. And we each had to share our story. And at the end of it, it was as though we'd known each other for years, just because of the power of a story and the power of vulnerability, as Brené Brown says. And when you shared your story, I saw you not just as this person on my iPad, but as someone I'm connected with because of that story. So I think stories build community, love builds community. They're all intertwined. When you share your story, you build empathy, you build trust, you need all those things to build love.
Right, absolutely. And it's not easy because, coming from a, underdeveloped country at that time into the Americas, that was what was difficult for me. I looked different from my family of the Americas. And I was bullied, thrown into trash cans, thrown into lockers. And it was just, they didn't understand my story. They saw me as different. They were told in their upbringing or their community that I was of this descent of a minority of limited lack knowledge because I spoke different and so forth. And it's where it starts is from the home. When we are parents and our children, that is your first coach, your first leader, your first mentor, your first one that your children confide in. And until you have heightened awareness of who you are and get to the root cause of why you do what you do or don't do, ask yourself. Because in my development and personal achievements, I realized some were false beliefs, some were influenced by the community, society, and outsiders, and some had skewed perspectives where it's easier to believe the harder self when you have limited self-esteem and doubt because you're different rather than what's in your heart.
And limited.
And that is what has allowed me to do it.
Limited
Absolutely.
self-awareness as well, Andrea. If you don't know who you are, then you can be blown off course easily. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we all have the book of life. We all have different chapters of grief, sadness, loss, wins, and gains.
Yeah.
Some may have longer chapters than others. But I encourage everyone to learn about your community.
Yes.
What it is you that resonates in. Is the stereotypes and the community beliefs as a whole in alignment with what you feel in your heart? And if it's not, educate and make awareness. heightened awareness to others to say it's our responsibility to change it, to validate it, or to recreate it.
You know, you said so many different things that I wanted to put. Well,
I'm sorry.
I wish we had all day, but
I'm sorry.
some great things. And one of the things I want to go back to was, you said that you were bullied, and children
Yes.
that are hurt other children, just like hurt people hurt people.
Mhm.
So it is important for us to love on our children, show them mercy and goodness and grace, so that when they go
Correct.
out into the community, they're an example of what they receive in the home. If you're
Absolutely.
good and kind and showing them love and mercy, they will go out and be that which they are given.
Absolutely.
To be
Absolutely.
good to others. So that's a very important thing, because a lot of children are changed and get stuck because of bullying. So
Yes.
it's the onus is on the adults to pour love of difference, pour love of accepting. People are
Right.
different. It doesn't mean you can't challenge people. Doesn't mean you don't love them when you are looking into what's going on and who they are and learning about them. And it doesn't mean you can't be changed.
Absolutely.
You can't have
Absolutely.
a different perspective, because you're learning about different people in your community. And so, it's important for us to teach our children to love people and learn about them, no matter how different they look or sound or whatever. We need to teach them.
Absolutely. And I saw a meme a couple of weeks back. Look how difficult it is to change within. Why try to make all the effort and energy into change others? Because when you change yourself and have that inner awareness, that's when other people will view you as well.
Oh yeah.
You actually can't change others anyway. You can't.
Correct.
It's a completely futile.
Absolutely.
You can't change others.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No matter how hard you try.
And that's how you change your community, when you work on
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the more you know, the more you add to yourself, the more you can understand and should be able to understand that we're all different, but we're still all creatures that God created. And,
Yes.
we should appreciate each other's differences, because that's what the Creator wants from us. He created us to be
Absolutely.
different so that we can use our differences to build and strengthen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when the more we have awareness, I think the more about our community and understand where we're going, where we're headed, I think that's going to level the plains and really build into a foundation of thriving rather than surviving.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. Wonderful. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to sum it all up, but I do know that action speaks louder than words. And as a community, the one thing I want you to take away today is, what action can you take? What one thing can you take out of today and put into your community? What's the one thing you can do for your community that shows your love for your community?
Right. And it goes back to, President Kennedy's speech. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, because it starts with you.
Exactly.
Once you empower yourself and enlighten yourself, you can be the light for others, and then unite and ignite the world. And that's what we need, to enhance the quality of life of this world, to reach out those in the darkness and to bring them out of the darkness and say, we're all light beings.
Wonderful.
And this is what we need to do.
If someone is listening today and they would like to connect with you, how can they connect with you and continue to,
Absolutely. Yes, I'm on the social media handles as here, Instagram, as well as Facebook, YouTube, Andrea Mason, your personal accountability coach, as well as my website, AndreaMasons.com. And anybody watching today, I encourage you to connect with me on am.pressplay@yahoo.com, and let's connect and meet. I'd love to meet with you as a complimentary session. Thank you, ladies, so much. An honor and privilege to share this amazing platform of changing the world by changing one person at a time with positive impact and influence. Thank you.
Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You see how much our show is doing, Ene?
Yes.
Amazing. I think that was very deep, Andrea. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for taking us there, and thank you for helping us to close off the month of February, the month of love, so well. This is the perfect ending to this month. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, ladies. I appreciate it.
Continue to join us every Tuesday at 11
Yes,
a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. UK time right here on our Instagram Live. And next week, I will see you and we will share our new topic for the month. And you will gain so much from coming by or telling your friends. So share with your friends. This is where they need to be. Every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. UK time. Ene, see you next week, honey.
Heart2Heart with Denise Ene. Thank you, my darling
Your
girl.
hair is different, but it's gorgeous.
Thank you. Can I just close this off by saying one final thought, which is it starts with the individual. You can't change a lot of people say that they want to make an impact with the world. And I think before you can make an impact with the world, make an impact on your own life, right? Make an impact on your life. It starts with the individual. And then it's your smaller community, your family. Because again, community is a big word. Community can be anything, you know. Start with your family and then let's take it out to our wider community before we can take it out to the world. So it's nice to have a dream of saying we want to impact the world. Start with one. Start with one.
Yeah.
I'm over now. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Andrea.
Ene Obi. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. And thank you, Andrea Mason. You have been a pleasure to speak with.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Take care.
Thanks, Marvin. Thanks, Auntie Morgs. Thanks, Faith. Thanks. I'm going to mess this up so bad. Forgive me. Al Hussein H. Ian Harvey. Oh my God. Oh my darling Toy, were you here? Oh my God. Amina, Ingrid, Danette. Who have I missed? Rowena.
Hey, Rowena.
I think that's it. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. I missed you. It's an error of the head, not of the heart. Forgive me. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.